Good morning, guys. This is your time capsule project. When you fill it out, you're going to make sure that you put your name in the highlighted section that I just highlighted. All right, so, I survived. We all love those I Survived books, right? So I have them in the classroom. You guys have been reading them. They're I Survived books about history, but they tell a little bit more of an exciting story to really hook the readers into what's going on. And right now, you guys are living through a really, really challenging but unique time in history. The COVID-19 pandemic. So maybe when they make an I Survived book, it might be called I Survived COVID-19. I Survived the Pandemic of 2020. I Survived the Coronavirus. It could be named one of those things, right? So think about it. In 10 years, a kid, you guys will be 20 and there'll be a kid in fourth grade and they might be reading a book that says, I survived COVID-19. But I need you guys to really understand that you are living through a unique piece of history right now. And it may not seem like it because there's things that you're not allowed to do and it's unfair. You can't be around your friends or you have to wear masks and things like that. But you really are living a unique time in history. So what I want you to do is you are going to complete the PowerPoint. Everything you need is here. You don't need to write anything separately. Everything you need to do is on this PowerPoint. It is due Tuesday, June 16th. So you have 8 days to do it. All right. You are going to document what you see. You can look out a window. You can sit on your porch. You can sit in your backyard. Just make sure wherever you're observing, you can go if your parents take you to a beach. Just make sure that you're following the social distancing guidelines, okay? If that means wearing a mask or sitting 6 feet apart, whatever it is. If you go to a campground, you're going to do this and record it for the next 5 days. And I've filled in the chart for you with dates, okay? So you're going to record the date, the time, the location, whether it's your room, your backyard, don't put your address, okay? Nobody needs to know where you live. Don't put your address. Whether it was the beach, what beach was it? Was it Manasquan Beach, Bradley Beach, Asbury Park, Cape May? Was it a campground? Was it a park? Did you go to Gike Park? Did you go to Menino Park? Where did you go? All right. And you're going to tell everybody, what did you see? Did you see people? Were they wearing masks? Were they practicing social distancing? What did you hear? Did you hear them talking? Were there birds chirping? What was going on? Were there specific smells? What were the people talking about? Okay. And then I want you to reflect on what you've observed, right? So what that means when I say reflect, I want you to tell me what you're observing. Is it different than what you've observed in the past before COVID-19 happened? And then how have things changed? How have they been different? What does what you're seeing, how does that make you feel? All right. And here's your chart. So I'm going to hit escape. And I put dates in here, but we're actually going to change those dates because we're going to start it here. So here's the 8th. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Okay? So you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So we're not going to add today, but you can. I'll leave it there. You need to fill in 5 days. Okay? So I gave you more dates, but you only need to do 5. So Change the dates however you need to. And you're going to tell me the time you observed, the location, what did you observe, and how did you feel? And these boxes will grow as you type, so don't worry about that. So I'm actually going to take out 2 rows because you only need to observe 5 days. So I'll delete the 2 rows. Okay, I'll make this grow a little bit bigger. And like I said, it doesn't have to be these 5 dates, but it needs to be 5 days before the 16th. Then you need to conduct an interview. Interview any family member who lives in your house. You can interview a family member that's over the phone that doesn't live near you. And these are the questions that you're going to ask. Now, I have already filled in the slide for you, so I'll show that to you when you're done. Okay, so it says, what has changed? What has surprised you about what's gone on? What makes you feel worried? What makes you feel hopeful? Have you learned anything new during this time? Have you taught anything new to someone during this time? What do you think you'll remember when you look back on this time? Now, there's 2 ways to turn in your interview, okay? You are going to either write your interview out, or you can actually record your interview. And I have this Flipgrid video here. You can click it, log in with Microsoft. All right, and it says, I survived COVID-19. So it says, record your interview with your family member. Ask the list of questions that are listed on your PowerPoint assignment. You do not have to do Flipgrid. If you choose not to do Flipgrid, you can move on to the article. So I have created this for you. This is how you're going to do it. So here's your question. So you're going to act like a student reporter. You're going to say, reporting live. Question 1, what has changed for you during the shelter in place? And you're going to type your family member's answer. Okay. Question 2, what has surprised you the most during this time? Question 3, what makes you feel worried? What makes you feel hopeful? Question 4, have you learned anything new during this time? Question 5, have you taught anything new to someone else? And I left you space to write your family members' answers. Okay? So, again, finally, if you want, you can record the Flipgrid. You do not have to. It is a choice. You can either do slide 6 or you can do the Flipgrid, whichever one is easier for you. If you want to turn it into a really cool activity where you dress up as a reporter and you record you and yourself, asking the questions to your family member, you can do that. Make it fun, make it interesting. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. But you have until June 16th. That is the date that this is due, June 16th. Okay? And have a great time doing this time capsule. And if there's anything else extra you want to add to it, absolutely add to it either in your video or you can add an extra slide and you can add anything to it, whether it's pictures or anything else interesting that you found that's happening during COVID. Be creative. Okay? And that's it. Have a marvelous Monday and have a great time. Have fun doing this.